shitty drum fill. But it was my drum fill. Ladies and gentlemen, gotta take these babies out because they're love. My name is John the Ninja. Welcome to the Dojo, aka the Dojang, aka the new studio for music. And this video, I'm going to be talking about my brand new Paiste cymbal. I am a drummer. I'm a great drummer. When it's my time, I really don't care about the rest of the band. But the point of it is, I just picked up a very expensive drum cymbal for $60. It's quality, it's love, and I wanted to give you guys a quick crash course to why the cymbal is important, and we're going to do a comparison between my original Zildjian 20-inch crash ride cymbal versus the new used Paiste 20-inch ride cymbal. Is the 201 series. So, without further ado, let me explain to you why these cymbals are important and why. Just hear the difference in the sound. It's beautiful. Here are my pride and joys. This is the Zildjian 20-inch crash ride I've been using since I started drumming. And here is the Paiste 201 bronze 20-inch ride. Now, for you guys that aren't familiar with drumming and cymbals, when it comes to drumming, you are basically learning how to manipulate the actual drum kit by the way you hit it, the sounds, how hard you hit it, how hard you don't hit it, the way your hands are holding the sticks when you do hit it. There's a lot that goes into the chemistry of creating the sound for drumming. They liken it to a dance. If you're playing metal, you're going really fast. But if you're doing a little jazz, it's a little smoother, a little simpler. It can be fast too, but there's a different rhythm to what style of music you're playing. Now, when it comes to drum sets, they can be expensive because, one, you can break them. Break the sticks, break the actual drum head, the snare. You can actually, let me get an example for you. You can actually break the damn cymbal. This is just a little bit of my work, just playing and hitting them and having fun with them. So drum kits are super expensive, but the most expensive part of a drum kit is always the cymbal. And the better the cymbal, the more the cross. I remember I went to go see the band Rainwolf with my friend Gwen, and I saw a Paiste cymbal with their drummer, and I was just like, God damn, how much did that cost you, man? So we actually stayed into after the show when they did the, talk to fans part, everyone's leaving. I actually got to speak to him. I was like, bro, how much did that Paiste cymbal cost? And he's like, oh man, that's like $400. I was in Seattle and I was trying different ride cymbals and I just couldn't hear it. So I was like, hey, listen, let's do this. I'm gonna close my eyes and see what is the best ride sound I can get, and whichever one it is, I'm gonna hit it and I'm just gonna buy it. So he tested them, closed his eyes, what sounded right, and he got himself a Paiste. Honestly, for a working musician, it's worth it. Now, let me explain, other than the fact that these cymbals can range from not only $400, $200 used, but you can hit $800 depending on the quality, the maker, or maybe sometimes just the seller. So when it comes to these particular brands, let's start with Zildjian. Zildjian is an Armenian-American producer of drum cymbals and different knickknacks and stuff like the sticks, etc. I want to say they started in 1623. Paiste is Swiss. They started in 1906. Now, the reason I'm so excited is because, one, this particular 201 bronze series, all together in a package, and I'm talking when it comes with the different sizes. There's different sizes for when it comes to these particular cymbals. Cymbals will range from 14-inch, 12-inch, 16-inch, and that depends what you want. Now, the difference between the rides and the crashes is when it comes to playing, when you hit the sound, it tends to go a little longer. It tends to ride on. When you hit the crash, or not as long. It's more defined. And usually what the crash is used for, when you use the ride, you're using it to keep beat. Usually used a lot in jazz. When it comes to the crash, that's a symbol to either the audience, to the other musicians, that you're done a drum fill. So you'd be like this, like da 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 da. So that's the idea behind them. Now, for me, I like to have my particular cymbals when it comes to a ride like this. I'm a big Iron Maiden fan. Now, knowingly doing this can damage the actual cymbal. Like I said, mess this one up pretty good just hitting it regularly. Or maybe I'm just that strong. See them muscles. Point being, you don't usually want your cymbals like this. You usually want them like this. A little tilt usually helps depending on what your drum setup is. But for me, when I play, I like my ride cymbal like this. And personally, I can do both. Usually, before I had this one, when I played, I actually had this one in a stationary position like this, because usually the songs I was playing didn't call for something like this. All right, when Nico McBrain plays, he's doing a lot of this. When I'm playing other drummers, when I'm playing songs like Slayer, or when I'm playing like every other single person in the world, it's just easy to have it down here. It's a little faster to me than having it here. But for fun's sake, just to mimic Iron Maiden, it's nice to have it here, as you see when I hit it. Just so, with that said, I'm going to test the different sounds between them playing a couple of Maiden songs. There might be one Maiden song, we'll see, but it is just so nice to know that I actually have this particular piece in my war ensemble now, as I would say. That's another Slayer reference. So let's check out this. Play air drums with the cymbals. Fun fact, when I was in college, my roommate Ryan Martin finally got fed up with it. What I would do is I would always air drum at my desk, and every now and again accidentally hit the desk. So one day, I'm just playing, I'm playing. After 3 semesters of it, I accidentally hit the desk. He's like, God damn it! Slapped his desk. I was like, whoa, you're right? He's like, no, I'm not, Johnny. I'm not. I love you. But I can't do this anymore. You're just fucking noise. We're not rooming together anymore. And we never did. But I always bring that up. I thought that was funny. I just love air drumming. I love regular drumming. So the song I used to showcase these two different cymbals was Iron Maiden's Wicker Man. Personally, when it came to actually hitting them, hitting the Paiste was a smoother hit, easier to bounce off of. But the Zildjian, that one just felt more robust. Not just with the hit, but with the sound it was creating. You can hear just a little bit noisier, a little bit in your face. When it comes to the Paiste, much smoother. Like, if I were to liken it, this one's guitar and this one's piano. It's just something so special about these two particular rides. Now, when you think of ride cymbals, regular cymbals, the cymbals define the characteristic of the drummer. It gives them their identity, much like special effects give the guitarist their identity. If I were to name some guitarists, Eddie Van Halen using reverb and different effects, I would say Tom Morello, especially creating different sounds. Even Kirk Hammett of Metallica using the Crybaby Wah Wah pedal, creating these different sounds that make them stand out from others. That's what cymbals do for drummers. Personally, if I were to play a heavy metal song, I needed to go fast, I needed to do 16th notes, I'm going with the Zildjian just because I like that. It's a little bit more heavier to me, but you can't take away from the Paiste. The Paiste is more associated with metal acts. You get your Iron Maidens, your Suicidal Tendencies, your Slayers. When it comes to Zildjian, they're more pop acts. Pop acts like The Roots, Questlove, Ben Hatcher of Royal Blood, Trey Cool, Green Day. They're more poppy when it comes to Zildjian. It all depends on how you want to identify yourself as a drummer. I'm a cymbal guy. I just love hitting the cymbals, even if I don't do the fills or anything. I like using them all the time, even if it's not necessary. I might overuse the cymbals when I personally drum, but they're great. I have to reiterate how expensive these things can be. This alone, I've found maybe 3 other Paistes that were $200, $400 on sale, eBay, Amazon, Facebook, you name it. But I got this one for 60. Super happy, super excited. Being a huge Iron Maiden fan, Nico McBrain uses a 22 reflector ride. Now, that is $520 something online. I'm not paying that. So if I could get a 20, it's only 2 inches, off, great quality, still sounds great. You're not going to hear me complaining. Especially now that I can free this one up, not just to use it as a ride, but I can nail the hell out of it like another crash the most. I'm going to have a lot of fun drumming. So for all my drummers, all my musicians out there, which one did you like better in sound? What details did I miss when it comes to cymbals and actually playing the drums? For all my musician friends, please comment and like. And to everyone else watching, thank you so much. Remember, be smart, be safe, and God bless you. We'll see you next time from the dojo.